Today, the subject will be struggles that change the game. Struggles that change the game. Y'all know anything about me. Y'all know I love sports. I love sports. I love all types of sports. Now for my sports fans who like boxing, y'all remember in 1990, we had Iron Mike Tyson, who went up against James Buster Douglas. James Buster Douglas, 42-1 odds to win. 42-1. Nobody gave him an opportunity. And in 2015, documenting the 25th anniversary of his miraculous defeat over Iron Mike Tyson, who we figured out on that day was not made of iron because he got knocked out. Amen. Buster Douglas said something that really stuck with me. You have to understand, during this year, 1990, Mike Tyson had an affinity for knocking out people before the 5th round. Couldn't nobody hang with him. Couldn't nobody stick with him. So everybody suggested that James Buster Douglas would be a first-round knockout because he does not have any business being in the same arena or even in the same boxing ring as Mike Tyson. Ladies and gentlemen, Buster Douglas came up in the ring and then he started hitting Mike. He jabbed him, he got an uppercut on him, and he ended up messing up Mike Tyson's eye. The folks then said, he's just a formidable foe. Can't nobody really hang with Mike Tyson. He ain't taking him serious, okay? But then in the 7th round, Mike Tyson hit James Buster Douglas, and James Buster Douglas fell to the floor.
Yes, sir.
I know it's 30 years ago, and if you were born in 1990, welcome to the 30 Club, baby. Amen. I want to make sure I mention that. But anyway, here it is, ladies and gentlemen. James Buster Douglas stayed there in the middle of the ring. Mike Tyson got a good knockout punch on him, and he fell. And he heard the referee count. And one of the people who interviewed James Buster Douglas said, "Mr. Douglas, what made you want to get up?" James Buster Douglas, ladies and gentlemen, said, "Listen, this was one of the worst times in my life. You have to understand that 23 days earlier, my mother had just died. I had just been recently diagnosed with depression, and I was broke as a joke. I had nothing to my name. My mama was dying. My mama had died, and I wasn't taking the medicine for my depression like I should have. And something came up in my mind, and he had a flashback, and he said, if I can get through that, surely I can get up from a tough punch. And if it weren't for James Buster Douglas, who was able to get up and knock out Iron Mike and become the heavyweight champion, surely it can work for you. Because what you got to be willing to do is understand, ladies and gentlemen, that struggles are meant to develop you, not destroy you. I don't know who I'm talking to. I just mentioned Kobe Bryant. Ladies and gentlemen, Kobe Bryant was a great man. But it was something that Kobe did that really just blessed my mind. This preacher who I admire a lot by the name of Dr. Frederick came out with something on Facebook. He said, watch this. There was one point in time that during the game, Kobe broke his finger on his shooting hand. He called a timeout. He made the coach call a timeout, and he ended up going to the locker room, getting it taped up, and he came back out and he made some adjustments. See, the irony of the story is this, that Kobe Bryant had not scored that many points before his finger was broken. But after he broke his finger, he made the adjustments and he scored more points after his finger was broken. I don't know who this is for, but you are in a struggle right now, and God is getting more out of you because you were in that struggle than you had been before the struggle even came. I don't know who I'm talking to, but do I have any strugglers in the house this morning? You tired of struggling? You tired of going through the ins and the outs of life? You just want to say, Lord, I want the struggle to be over. But can I tell you something? God always allows us to make the adjustments. Oh yeah, do I have anybody in here that's willing to make the adjustments to keep fighting on? To make the adjustments to keep moving, to keep going, to keep on doing what you're doing. And with it being Black History Month, my brothers and sisters, we know a thing or two about what it means to have to make some adjustments. Oh, who am I talking to? Y'all know that back in the late 18th century, early 19th century, they considered us to be 3/5 of a human. They said folks who had leniferous hair, thick lips, were only to be considered 3/5 of a person. I'm going to say that again. Folks that look like you and me who got curly hair, and coily hair, and kinky hair, they said were only 3/5 of a person. Then when you get to the 1960s, I don't know if you know this, but we just celebrated the boycott in Greensboro, North Carolina, with the Greensboro 4. They were patient enough to sit there and be called N-words. They sat there to be called dogs. They sat there to have food thrown out, and they sat there to be hit, and they didn't do anything about it, but they made the adjustments to keep it going, and it happened 60 years ago. I don't know about you today, but now we as black folks, we just have civil liberties that we don't even get. We can't even get pulled over by the police without being shot. We can't even sell bootleg CDs without getting shot. We can't even enjoy a bowl of cereal in our own apartment without the police killing us. I wish I had somebody up in here. We can't even wear a hoodie on our head and eat a bag of Skittles without being shot. I'm talking to you today. We as black folks have always had to know how to make some adjustments, and it was this great Harlem Renaissance writer who chronicled the struggles of African Americans. Can I break that down, y'all? Y'all know we are on Black History Month. I love education, so y'all bear with me if you don't mind. These brothers, they chronicled. I want to make sure I say it right, because I mess it up, y'all. So I want to make sure I say this right. It was his name was Paul Lawrence Dunbar. He wrote it like this during the Harlem Renaissance. This is what he had. He said, life is like a crust of bread and a corner to sleep in, a minute to smile and an hour to weep in, a pen of joy to pet, a trouble never a laugh, but the moan comes double. This is what life is like. Then it was the great Langston Hughes. I know Langston Hughes, don't you? He backed this up when he looked at the struggle through the eyes of a single black mother. She looked at her mother and said, son, baby, life for me ain't been no crystal stair. It's had its tack heads and splendors and boards torn up. Places with no carpet on the floor, just bare. But all the time, eyes been climbing on. Eyes been reaching new landings. Eyes been going in the dark where there ain't been no light. Don't you sit here too long. You gonna find that kind of life hard, because for me, it ain't been no crystal stair. I don't know who I'm talking to, but if you know anything about hip hop, you would know that hip hop did not originate in the 2000s. What my old school folks at? What my old school folks at now? I'm talking about my Generation X folks that remember what the Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Boys said. He said, sometimes. Yes, sir. Y'all feel it? Y'all don't got amnesia on me. Y'all don't got amnesia on me. He said, don't push me, because I'm already close to the edge. Like the jungles of time is meant for the high. Keep them going up. Keep them going up. Hey, okay, that's enough of that. That's enough of that. That's enough of that. But watch this. He said, life is a struggle. Can I just go ahead and break this on down that life has been a struggle for some of us our whole entire lives. Okay. Life has been a struggle for some of us since we came out of the womb.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
What you saying?
But we are living in a day and time, don't nobody want to struggle.
Amen.
We think life should just be handed to us.
Amen.
I deal with students all the time. Mr. Rich, can I get an A? But you ain't do your work. No, you ain't getting no A. I'm going to tell my mama. Tell your mama.
Amen.
You want an A, but you ain't doing the work. And we got a lot of folks that just want to get up in life and just want life handed to you.
Amen.
But one of the things I love about a struggle teaches you how to survive. I don't know who I'm talking to, but where are my survivors in here this morning? You don't struggle with the Roman noodles. Yeah, a lot of us know in here what it's like to struggle financially. You know what it's like to eat a syrup sandwich and pretend like they pancakes. I wish I had somebody. You know what it's like to handle ham and deal with spam. I don't know who I'm talking to. You know what it's like to eat a fried bologna sandwich with no real butter and just keep on moving. Do I have anybody in here that knows the struggle? You had to get up every morning, didn't know how you was going to make it, didn't know how you was going to feed your kid, but God made a way. You didn't know what laid out in front of you day after day, but you were too stubborn enough to give up.
Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord.
Lord have mercy.
Thank you, Jesus.
Life has been a struggle.
Amen.
Some of us have struggled relationally.
Amen. Amen.
You done been through breakup after breakup.
Amen.
Done been through a divorce. You take the toast, he take the toast. Sometimes it's hell just to get out the bed. I don't know who I'm talking to. Y'all act like y'all ain't never been through. But sometimes it's hard. It's a struggle to get up and go to the same job where you're going to be dogged out. But you have no other choice but to pay your bills. Sometimes it's hard to come to a church you know you've been called to, but the folks don't do nothing but talk about you. Sometimes it's hard to go home to a spouse that don't appreciate you. Sometimes it's hard to deal with kids that came out of your womb, yet they don't respect you. I don't know who I'm talking to up in this sanctified church today, but a lot of us are struggling. It's one thing to struggle with folks at your job, but when you gotta come home and struggle with your family. Okay. I want to make sure we're on the same page. Because if you would just be honest with yourself, it is the struggles that kept you on your knees. It was the struggles that kept you talking in tongues. It was the struggle that made you shout when everybody else said give up. And I don't know who I'm talking to, but can we just have a praise party for the folks that didn't give up? Can we have a praise party for the folks that said, I'm falling in the towel, but God threw it right back? I want to have a praise party for the folks that said, come hell, I'm not giving up. I don't know who I'm talking to. Let's praise God for the folks that got some fight in them. Praise God for the folks that know how to uppercut the devil, that know how to jam the devil, that know how to duck from the devil. Hey, come on. See, a lot of us can't celebrate because we ain't never been through nothing. When your life has been handed to you, Mama, this really wasn't a part of the sermon, but I gotta shout you out.
All right.
That testimony you gave
Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Lord.
gave me the reservoir to keep on fighting. Because the enemy has been after some of y'all since you've been born.
Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord.
Come on now.
You wondered why you caught so much hell as a child.
Amen. Amen.
The enemy peeked into your future. And he saw what was getting ready to happen. So that's why he was trying to move through your mama and your daddy. That's why he was trying to move through them fake behind cousins. That's why he was trying to move through that uncle who tried to molest you. Because he saw what you couldn't see. And I want to shout out my brothers in here this morning. There are some brothers in here that are struggling. You go to work day after day. Time after time. Only to hear it ain't good enough. You keep getting up, showing up, clocking in, only to be told your performance ain't good enough. Then you got your baby saying, Daddy, I'm hungry. But you can't do nothing about it. Where my single mothers at? You struggle to raise that boy by yourself. You have to be mama and daddy. You struggle going to the ball games, taking them to the rec department. Daddy nowhere to be found. Oh God. Let me calm down. Let me calm down. See, you got a lot of folks in this church that they know your glory, but they don't know your story. See, they see you up shouting and dancing, but they don't know the hell that pushed you to get to that place. They don't know the nights that you went to bed crying. They don't know the times that you wanted to take yourself out. They don't know the times. Let me stop. Because I still got some more to teach. But watch this. Can I tell you something about your pain and your struggles right now? Can I tell you something about them? A lot of us, when we are transitioning through our struggles, we believe that God is trying to punish us. God, you're asking God, why is this going on? I show up to church week after week. I give faithfully. I pray like I'm supposed to pray. Yet all I'm doing is struggling. Yet I can't make ends meet. I'm coming to Sunday school. I'm coming to Bible study. Lord, when is my situation going to change? Have you ever been there before? But the fact of the matter is, ladies and gentlemen, that God ain't trying to punish you. God is trying to prepare you. If you know that God is preparing you for something greater, even in the midst of your struggles, even in the midst of you crying all that night, I dare you to praise Him right now. I need about 2 folks in here that can testify it was the struggle that got you where you are today. I need about 2 more folks that can testify if it had not been for the struggle in my life, I don't know where I would be. I need about 2 more folks in here to testify that the struggle made me. Hey, don't you ever let go of the struggle, baby. It's the struggle that keeps you. See, a lot of us, are stuck on easy. We stuck on not wanting to go through nothing. Stuck on wanting everything to happen in a certain way. But as we transition to our text, y'all, I got to deal with this. As we transition to our text, I always used to teach this. Y'all forgive me. I can admit that I make teaching mistakes sometimes. I always used to teach this. Understand this in a context that Paul was saying, I can do anything I want to do. No. What Paul was saying to the folks that was talking about him, I can no matter if you think I can or not, because God is in me. I'm going to repeat that again. He was dealing with the folks who cast doubt on him. He said, I can whether you think I can or can't. Where are my folks in here? People have been jealous of you for no reason, but they don't even know that you ain't asked for your anointing. Folks are jealous of you, and all you did was just get up, and God gifted you. But watch this, watch this, watch this. Now, okay. You can't start right here. Can we go back up to verses 11 and 12? Woo! In verses 11 and 12, ladies and gentlemen, let's go to it. Let's just go to it, because I got to calm down. Philippians 4, 11 and 12. It says, not that I am referring to being in need, for I have learned to be content with whatever I have. I know what it is to have little, and I know what it is to have plenty. In any and all circumstances, I have learned the secret of being well fed and of going hungry and having plenty and being in need. Therefore, I can do all things through him who strengthens me. In other words, Paul was saying, I know how to have money, and I know how to have 2 nickels and dimes that I can rub together. I know how to eat steak, and I just know how to eat the eggs. I know how to eat salmon, and I know how to eat sardines. He was saying that I have passed the test of nothing. Y'all bear with me. I want to respect your time. And I left my watch at home today. I can't believe it. Lord have mercy. Watch this. Lord, watch this. He says, I have passed the test of nothing. Amen. Oh, God. Now, this is for my people that are not conditional praisers. This is for my people. When you look back over the course of your life and you had absolutely nothing, but you still praise God anyhow. A lot of us don't know what it feels to go to Burger King and have to cut the sandwich in folds. But I remember what it was like to have nothing. So when God turned my nothing into something, sometimes I just shout. Until you have shouted on nothing, God can trust you with something. So if you have nothing, I tell you to praise him in advance. I tell you to get up on your feet and say thank you for my nothing. Because I know something is getting ready to happen. Something is getting ready to change. Something is getting ready to break through in my life. So when my nothing praise him, see, for my folks who have nothing, you know how to go to Dollar Tree and make it look like you've been shopping at the Don't you know how to go get some shoes and pay less and make it look like you got a promotion? See, for my nothing folks, you know how to take some spam and make it taste like steak. For my nothing folks, you know how to take some Roman noodles and make it taste like a seafood boil. Watch this, ladies and gentlemen. Even though you have nothing, you still got some Negroes that are jealous of you. Because when you praise God, God knows how to create a hedge around you. He knows how to make you low. And you got folks that are not jealous of what you have, but they are jealous that the low. Okay. Where my glowers at? Where my glowers at? You know you ain't got nothing to do. Say thank you. I'm at 30 minutes, y'all. I'm at 30 minutes. Hold on. Can you pass the test of nothing? But what I like about being in the test of nothing, ladies and gentlemen, is that all the time, while I'm in the place of nothing, I'm in his hands. And as long as I'm in his hands, it don't matter what's going on around me, because he knows how to hold you up. He knows how to separate you. He knows how to place you on a solid ground. Woo! I feel this thing, y'all. I feel this thing. I feel this thing. I feel this thing. I feel this thing. Because when you have had nothing and you have been in the hands of God your whole life, see, you don't need for me to pump you. You don't need for Sister Little to prime you. And you don't need for the choir to push you. It's something that comes back to you that makes you want to get up. Okay. This is a shout in here. There's a shout in here today. That when God finally turns your nothing into something, because you flash back and you remember just how far God has brought you. You shout because can't nobody do you like Jesus. You shout, ladies and gentlemen, because of the simple fact that it could have been the other way around. You shout, ladies and gentlemen, because in reality you know you should not be where you are at. But if you ain't never had your lights cut off and God still kept you, if you want it, it's never been cut off, but God still kept you clean. If you've ever had a $50 bill for 1 month and he made it stretch like 1,000, go ahead and give him some praise. If you ever feel in a dire situation, go ahead and praise him, because the blessing of the Lord is in this place today. You gotta praise him in advance. Praise God. Hallelujah. Praise. See, some of us grew up in extreme poverty. And you see what God has taken you from.
Amen.
You used to have to go into Burger King and get the Whopper and cut it in 4 slices. But now you can get 4 large value meals with a frosting. When I have to look at at your bank in this kind. Who am I talking to up in there? You can now go in the dealers, and instead of putting it on your credit card, you can pay cash for it. Matter of fact, you can now go into dealers and even get some credit. Oh, God. Everybody standing, everybody standing. Everybody standing. Listen. Can you make it through the struggle? Do you trust God enough to get you through the struggle? Do you trust Him enough to praise Him in the midst of your struggle? Oh, God. Do you trust Him enough to wait patiently until your change comes?